And we are back. Bears franchise. And in the last episode, you can see we defeated the Detroit Lions 16 to 10 in a very good game. And now we will be playing the 5 and 6 Cleveland Browns because of these. We have two of them, one for both sides, one for offense, defense. We got a wide receiver and a defensive back. Receiver wise, I feel like we could see a Darren Moody. And for defensive back, Jaquan Brisker will say. Those are my predictions. We're going to see if those are right. Guess we'll never know. Cole Kmet? Well, that's not happening unless he gets free, end zone touchdowns. And for the cornerback, Tyree Brooks. That is absolutely huge. We have a playoff picture we looked at the beginning, or not the end of last episode. As you can see, we are sat right at the 4 seed, but we are nowhere in the clear. We are a loss and a Vikings win, away from being back out of the division lead. And the good news is as well is if Carolina and San Francisco and potentially the Rams, uh, we move up. I'm gonna keep it plain simple. We have a chance to move up to the 2 seed. We just need a few things to go our way. Um, the Cowboys have the 1 seed on lock at the moment. They're, I want to say, 2 games ahead, maybe even more. I was about to say, is their quarterback really 66 overall? It's not. It's Deshaun Watson. They have Nick Chubb, who's a 99 overall, and Deshaun Watson, who's a 90 overall. We're going to defend the short pass, and for defense, well, with their guys, we're gonna throw it short. Pass for 2+ touchdowns, I feel like is a very reasonable goal. We're gonna go 24 or less. That's very fine. 250, and we're gonna go for under 200 yards. Start training. Hopefully we don't have any injuries. And for the injury report, we are completely healthy. Justin Jones has been injured, so no one got injured during practice. That's good to know. And without further ado, unless if I'm missing something, let's look at this schedule. Why not? So we need Tennessee to beat San Francisco. We need the Jets to beat Carolina. And preferably, we want the Cardinals. Ooh, yeah, Cardinals beat the Rams. We have tiebreaker over the Rams. We split with Green Bay, and we have the lead over Detroit currently. We want the Giants to beat the Vikings, obviously. I don't think it really matters between Detroit and Green Bay. I'm gonna say we want Detroit to win at the moment, though, because they have an extra loss. We want the Bills to beat Tampa Bay. The AFC matchups don't really matter. Jacksonville can beat New Orleans. That one doesn't really matter. Um, we want the Chargers to beat the Cowboys, and we want the Texans to beat the Falcons, and the Chiefs to beat the Commanders, and the Bills to beat the Buccaneers. All right, let's get straight into it. Week 13. 6-4-1 Bears taking on, I want to say, the 5 and 6 Browns. So both teams competing for playoff spots. And let's get straight into it. Browns will receive the ball first. And that is going to be returned up to the 22-yard line. And that is where Deshaun Watson and Nick Chubb will head out there. One of the best offenses when you look at, the quarterback and running back. 15 touchdowns to 12 interceptions, not a good stat ratio for a guy like Deshaun Watson, who you have a lot of high expectations for, but I mean, there's still time to turn the season around, especially when you're a 5-6, you're in the, playoff contention. And the first play is going to be a loss of free Nick Bosa getting there. That's a great first start. Second and 13 now from the 19-yard line. Watson, half a sack for Bosa, half a sack for number 90. Yannick Ngakoue. It's who I thought it was. I just want to make sure. 3rd and 18 after back-to-back sacks at the 14. Watson. Pressure, he's going deep though. And it's incomplete. And it could have been intercepted, but electing to go for the bat down instead. Washington defeats Kansas City 40-21. So a very good win by Washington. Punch could be fielded around the 30-yard line, electing to return it inside to the 41-yard line. And that is where we will see Paul Walton, who, as we can see, 13 touchdowns to 12 interceptions. Only a few less touchdowns than Deshaun Watson for a rookie, not bad. I just want to quickly check something, because I saw the punt returner was different. So that has me curious why that is. All that's good. These are all going to be good. Courtney Ferguson should be the starter. Alright, I think we're good. This is what I saw. Yeah, Darren Moody's the returner. Paul Reese, I'm sorry, you're not. Okay. There we go. That was a lot of effort. Just for, what, one position? First play to hand off to, I want to say, Ronald Jones. Gets a gain of 1. 2nd and 9 now. Walton. Pressure. Off the back foot. It's incomplete. Intended for Bourne, but there is a penalty, and that is going to be pass interference on the defense. That's going to go on Greg Newsome II. And that's going to take him all the way to the 20-yard line. Great play by Kendrick Bourne, almost catching the ball. Great pass by Paul Walton. Pressure off the back foot. That was nearly bad. Don't know why he took so long. 2nd and 10 now from the 20-yard line. It's a handoff, and Sermon's going to get back to the line of scrimmage and not anywhere farther. Third and 10, Walton is going to throw. Going end zone, incomplete. Intended for someone. I wasn't able to see the number. 37-yard field goal attempt by Josh Lambo is good. And the Bears start out their first drive with a field goal. That kick's going to be a return from 1 yard deep and going to get up to the 19-ish yard line. And that is where they will go back out there after a gutting first drive, which had back-to-back sacks and then incompletion. 1st and 10 from the 20. It's going to be a quick pass, and it's deflected, and that's going to be intercepted. Jaquan Brisker tipping the pass and intercepting it. Intended for, I want to say Donovan Peoples-Jones, if he's still on the team, it was number 11. and we get the ball back at the 34-yard line. The Bears are having a great game so far on defense. On offense, I can't really say the same. 2 sacks and an interception through 4 offensive plays and an incompletion. That's a very good stat line. Meanwhile, I want to say maybe -3 rushing yards and 0 passing yards. I don't think there's been a completion yet by Walton. Unless they're going to count the PI as yardage. And he throws that one away. I don't know why he threw it away so early, but that's going to make it a 53-yarder for Josh Lambo to give the Bears a 6-0 lead after going 3 and out after the great interception. And that's going to be well short. Right down the middle, but didn't have enough power. And, yeah, kind of concerning that he's that short from 53. I feel like most kickers should be able to at least hit from that range. Watson's rolling out, and he's going to be sacked again by Nick Bosa, who has 2.5 sacks. The other half going to Yannick Ngakoue earlier in the game. Watson, there's pressure. It's a screen, and it's going to bounce off Jamin Davis's helmet and be incomplete. 3rd and 16 from the 37 now. Watson's going to just throw it up. And it's caught by Amari Cooper all the way down to 27. Kyler Gordon had great coverage, but Cooper was able to just catch it. Gain of 36 and a 1st down. That puts him in field goal range at the 27. There's pressure again from Watson. He's just going to have to throw it away, as it looked like Nick Bosa got a hit in there. So Nick Bosa's having himself a great game. Remember, we need to allow under 200, I want to say it was passing yards. Nick Chubb gets his first carry. He's going to get a gain of 4 after breaking a few tackles. 3rd and 6 now from the 23-yard line. Watson, pressure, throwing. And it's going to be intercepted by Jaquan Brisker again at the 5-yard line. Great coverage there. Got tipped up again. I don't think that one was by Jaquan Brisker, but he was the one who caught it, so. Walton going deep into double coverage, and it's incomplete. We've seen one completed pass so far this game between both quarterbacks. There's our 2nd down with to Cole Kmet, who needs either 300 yards, I believe, or 3 touchdowns. 3rd and 2 now from the 13. Walton, instant pressure, just tries to get it to someone, but it's incomplete. And that's going to bring out the punting unit, and this is already looking like a very bad game for both sides. That punt's fair, caught at the 38-yard line by the Browns, and that is where Deshaun Watson will go back out there. 1 for 6 for 36 yards, no touchdowns, 2 interceptions. So between the two quarterbacks, 2 completions for 44 yards. $36 for Watson, 40, and 8 for Walton. And that's going to be a fumble. Is it actually a fumble? And it's going to go out of bounds, so it's not going to matter down at the 45. So it doesn't matter if it was a fumble or not. Went out of bounds for anyone to pick it up. That handoff's going to get outside, and Chubb's going to be down at midfield for a nice gain and a 1st down. Jaguars lead 3-0 over the Saints. 49ers lead 7-0 over the Titans. Murphy Bunting makes the tackle at the 44, but not after a gain of 6 from the receiver. Miami leads 3-0 over Ravens. Chubb has a lot of room to run. He fumbles. That's an actual fumble, but it's recovered by Njoku up to the 39. And that's going to do it for the quarter. Bears lead 3-0, but the Browns have the ball across midfield. There, the 1st quarter stats for those of you who are curious. By the way, the Panthers are leading the Jets 7-0. 1st and 10 from the 39-yard line now. Watson's looking. quick pass is complete over the middle to Njoku up to the 28. That's a gain of 11 and a first down. Watson now looking again, has the running back wide open. Is he going to get a first down? No, going to be just short. Gain of 7. Broncos lead 14-0 over the Colts. Watson completes it. Someone had a chance of intercepting that, but they didn't. Giants lead 7-0 over the Vikings. Njoku catches it at the 13, managing to stay in bounds. And Watson started out shaky. He's having himself a good game now. Great tackle there. 3rd and 4 now from the 12-yard line. It's going to be a throw. And he's going to be sacked. Kyle Gordon off of the blitz. Back at the 18, 4th and 11, and the field goal unit's going to be out there for a 35-yard field goal attempt to tie the game up at 3. The kick is good. Cade York puts that through the uprights. And the Bears are going to get the ball now. It's going to be fielded around the 4-yard line and going to be returned up to the 26. Got caught on his own man there for a sec was Moody. As we're now going to see the Bears offense, who they've been lackluster too, but we just saw the Browns have a good drive. Maybe the Bears could have one of their own. First play is going to be a toss to Sermon. Or is that Ronald Jones? It's Sermon getting 1 yard up to the 27. 2nd and 9 now. Walton. Incomplete. Could have been intercepted, but luckily just got batted down. 1 completion on 7 attempts. Not having a great game. Tennessee and the 49ers tied at 7, by the way. The game's glitched. I think, do you not see Paul Walton just kind of standing there having a little... Hey, what's going on? Well, that happened. Stupid glitch. And of course now they're gonna back up 5, making it 3rd and 14. Hopefully that glitch doesn't happen again. It doesn't look like it's going to. 3rd and 14, they bring pressure. Walton completes, and that's going to be a first down. Assuming he holds on to it, that's Darren Moody up to the 42-yard line. And the blitz doesn't work out as Darren Moody gets open, and with his speed and no one in front of him was able to get the first down. Complete to Kmet. He's going to get the first down across the field up to the 47-yard line. God dang, I just cracked my back and it felt amazing. Hand off to Sermon, and there's some actually positive rushing yards there. He's going to get a gain of 5 up to the 41. Priority alert. Minnesota ties it up at 7 with the Giants. Hand off to Sermon. That's going to go nowhere. Loss of a yard. Sermon averaging 0.2 yards a carry. Incomplete. Tried to hit. I want to say it was Kendrick Bourne. 59-yard attempt. Why are we doing it? He was short on 53. He's going to be short on 59. This is from the logo. Oh, it's a fake. It's a fake. And incomplete. That's going to be a turnover on down. Tannehill was unable to complete that pass. Speaking of, That's going to be incomplete, but there is a penalty. And it's going to be roughing the passer. It's going to be on Yannick Ngakoue. Got a bit too eager there. I want my quarterback to actually be, Malik Willis and not Tannehill. So yeah, I'm just going to quickly change that. Nothing wrong with Tannehill. It's just I feel like Malik Willis is the better quarterback. No, don't tell me it's another. Oh my. Who is it? Don't be Yannick Ngakoue again. James Graham. Want to say rookie? Can't be doing that, man. Rookie mistakes are what cost you. They're at the 15 now because of stupid plays. Watson. That's a fumble. Pick it up. Get up, Bernard. Run, yo. Run, run. He is going to go all the way. I don't know if they're going to call that 85 yards, but that's a touchdown. Scoop and score. And we're going to take a 9-3 lead. Extra point yet to happen. Vikings take a 14-7 lead over the Giants, and the extra point's good. So that's something I have to fix in the next episode when we get back, or in this one when we get back to home screen if I remember. Make Malik Willis the second string quarterback. Tannehill isn't the guy. The plan was for him to potentially start over Paul Walton, but didn't quite work out. Tannehill honestly shouldn't even be on the team in my opinion. Malik Willis had a way better, preseason. And he's going to get the first down. Great job by Nick Chubb. That takes first time out for the Browns, by the way. Malik Willis is the second string. Tannehill is going to be the first string. And we'll probably maybe even say our goodbye. Well, not during the season, but after this season. Might even say our goodbyes to Tannehill. I mean, we will, no matter what. But I'm talking about, like, there's a solid chance he hangs up his cleats after this season. Bird and 10 now from the 36. 52 seconds left. Watson is going to throw the screen pass. He's got blockers. But Chubb is going to be 7 yards short. And the Bears take their first time out with 45 seconds left. I'm going to put it out there. Almost every scenario we need in terms of us so I can move up to the 2 seed. And then, just some other ones that'll help out. Like the Vikings losing and the Rams. They're not happening. Vikings are winning. San Francisco's tied, so we can't say that one. And the Panthers are winning. Moody's going to break that tackle. That's going to cost us some time, though, and not many yards. Electing not to take the timeout. This is probably going to be the last play. Walton checks it down to commit just to maybe get us a bit closer with his stats. Giants tied at 14, and that's going to do it for half number 1, where the Bears lead 10-3 over the Browns. There are the first half stats. For those of you who are curious, Bears do receive second half kickoff. They have a chance to add to their lead. We're going to take a look around the league to see what is happening. First, we're going to head to Minneapolis, where we have a Vikings lead 21-14. Meeks, 2 touchdowns, Turbo with a touchdown, Tony with a touchdown, Cook with a touchdown, Brown with a touchdown. Next, we head to New Orleans, where the Jaguars lead 17-0. Trevor Lawrence with 2 touchdowns. One of those going to Lindsey, who's over 100 yards. And finally, we're going to head to Tennessee, where they have a tie 7-ball game. Justin Fields with a touchdown, Elijah Mitchell with a touchdown, Darnell Mooney with a touchdown. They're not on the team anymore. Still rooting for Justin Fields and Darnell Mooney. Here the Browns one comes down to throwing the ball short. And here are the Bears when it comes down to throwing the ball short. If you don't know the backstory behind Justin Fields, Darnell Mooney, Justin Fields just didn't really work out as our quarterback. Turned out to 22. So we had Tyler Huntley at the time, who we were like, yeah, he could work out. He didn't, by the way. So we traded Justin Fields away. During the offseason to the Titans. In return, we got Malik Willis, and I want to say a draft pick or two. I don't think we got any players. Third and 10 from the 22. And in that same offseason, we were trying to extend Darnell Mooney, complete the Calvin Ridley up to the 41. He just didn't want to return. So, you know, we decided not to put the tag on him. We just let him walk, and he chose to sign with the Titans to stay with Justin Fields. So it shows that those two had confidence in each other, really liked each other. And, well, they're, I want to say, 8-3, 7-4, something like that. So, it worked out. But it's their second year together as well. Our first year didn't go too well without him. As you can tell, we ended up with like the 5th overall draft pick. We traded up 1st overall to get our guy. As you can see, Paul Walton out there now. And now we're doing good. We're 6-4-1. And if the results continue, we're going to move to 7-4-1, which our season goal is to get 7 wins, and we're almost at that already. And that's going to be intercepted off of the deflection, and he's going to make sure to kneel down instead of taking it out of the end zone. I don't know why you're throwing that. So, yeah, even though they're not on the team, we're rooting for them. Because, well, they're an AFC team, we don't really have a reason to root against them. Unless if it comes down to the Super Bowl. That's kind of it. More than likely, we're going to root for them every time they're playing an NFC opponent. If they're not, then, well, we don't really care. And that's kind of that. Because unless if we're in the Super Bowl, we're going to root for the AFC side every single time. Unless if it's a scenario where draft picks are involved, like during the season. Like say we were to trade with the Colts, for example, since they're down there. Oh, they're gone now. But for good news, Vikings lead 28-14. That's bad news, actually. So, example, Colts. We get like their first draft or first round pick. We're rooting for them to lose. We're trying to get our best pick possible. Those are really the only scenarios is if we have something to gain from them winning / losing. And that's kind of the thing. You want the NFC to suck, or AFC, depending on your conference. That's going to be picked off by Kyler Gordon to 28. That's Byron Murphy, actually. So yeah. Because it's just kind of a thing. You don't want your conference to win the Super Bowl if it's not you. You want the other conference to. That's caught by Kendrick Bourne up to 25, and that's probably going to take us to the fourth quarter since, yeah. Like, the only scenario I'm rooting for teams to win is, like, they're the third quarter stats for those of you who are curious, is I want both the Lions and the Packers to finish around, 8 and 9, 7 and 10. Why? And preferably the Vikings too. I want them to barely miss the playoffs. Not make it, barely miss. So then they don't get anything out of it. They don't get any playoffs. And they don't get a good draft pick. Because it's always the worst place to finish is dead center when it comes down to drafting. Because if you pick high, it means you did well. You're going to want, like, free agents are going to want to sign there and stuff. And you'll have the talent to, continue trying to compete. And if you, finish horrible, well, you get the best players in the draft because you have an early pick. Or if you don't really need any good players, you can trade away that pick and get a good player or, good picks in later drafts. Like with the Saints, for example, and the Bears. We needed a quarterback. So we traded our first and second round pick, one of our seconds, we had two, to move up. The Saints are getting an additional. What the fuck? Denzel Ward gets another interception. I don't know what our team's doing. 49ers lead 21-7 now. We're happy to trade away that because we get our guy. We have a quarterback. That was always our big need. I felt like we've always had the roster outside of year one. Year two through now, we've had a roster. We just haven't had a quarterback. And now that it seems like we have a quarterback, you can see we're doing well. We're 6-4 and 1. And the Saints, they didn't need a quarterback as bad as we did. They didn't even need one. That's a fumble. That's going to be picked up. Bobby Okereke. So many turnovers from this team. So yeah, they get a second from it, and they only moved down a few spots. So they're still getting a good player, and they're, getting an early pick in the second as well. That's complete to Ridley up to the 14-yard line. I feel like almost any points will put this game in near unreachable spots. So as soon as we don't turn it over like we just did to Denzel Ward, which by the way, he's gotten two end zone interceptions now. We like fix that. Trey Sermon, what a run, bouncing to the 7-yard line. The Jets are leading 10-7 over the Panthers. Let's go Jets. That's going to be a first down to Ronald Jones, down to the 1. That's actually very good. Because that allows us to chew clock now if we want. Trey Sermon's going to get in there. We're going to take a 13, potentially 14, potentially 15-point lead. Giants bring it closer now, only down 7, 28-21. We're still rooting for the Giants. Terrell Basham for the Browns goes down with an injury. With 3:12 left to go, we lead 17-3 with max momentum. And as long as we don't allow a very quick touchdown, we should be fine. I'm shocked Washington defeated the Chiefs. 4-8 compared to 8-4. And that was 8-3 and 3-8 before that game. Just kind of goes to show. Any game could, be a trap game. Watson has plenty of time. He's going deep. And that's going to be caught over number 39. That is Donovan Peoples-Jones. Up to the 24. And that's what I was talking about. This is good for them. They'll have a chance because of these free timeouts. And the 2-minute warning is about to come up. So if they get, anything out of this. Like this is good. That stops the clock. They need 16 yards Got a minute 56 and free timeouts. They're probably not going to use any of their timeouts this drive. It'd be smart if they don't. Njoku being smart, going out of bounds instead of fighting for more yards and being tackled inbounds. That stops the clock, gives them more time. They do have free timeouts, so they can't get the ball back if they get a free and out on us. Watson just throws it away, narrowly avoiding the sack. Second and goal from the free. A minute 45 left to go in the game. It's going to be another pass, and wide open is Amari Cooper. And we have a one-score game here in Chicago. From minute 43, the Bears, if you get the ball back, they might go for an onside kick. I'm not going to say it's out of the equation. Okay, they are just going to kick it off. Jaguars lead 31-0. Electing not to return it is Darren Moody, smart man. With a minute 43, the Bears just a few yards away from putting the game, out of reach. Will it happen though, or will the Browns get one more chance? Leonard Fournette, wrong franchise. AJ Dillon getting a gain of, I want to say it was 4. Timeout Browns, their first. Another handoff to AJ Dillon. He's gonna fumble, and it's gonna be picked up by the O lineman. Gain of 1. Timeout Browns, their second and a half, and I am pretty sure now a first down does end the game. They're gonna review it. Maybe he was down. That's gonna help with yardage. He was a lot closer to a first down, and he's definitely down. That's gonna give us about an extra 2 yards, I think. You can see knees down, then ball comes out. He's definitely down. But it's not about what I think, it's about what the refs think. So let's hear it. And they're going to agree. 3rd and 2, 2 yards away from sealing the deal. They're going to go to Trey Sermon, and he has a first down. And he's going to be down at the 48. Browns with no more timeouts means the Bears can just kneel this clock out, and they will improve to 7-4-1, assuming there's no catastrophic snap or something. 1 kneel down, it should take 2 more. They're going to hand it off to Ronald Jones, who's going to get 2 yards. Kind of dangerous. I don't like how you're running it. But the final play of the game is just going to be a kneel down. And you can hear the Bears are very happy with how the fans, I should say, are very happy with how this team is doing. They haven't had much to look forward to the past few years, but now they have. Their team is 7-4-1. There is the end of the game. Sorry, I was just looking at Twitter because the NFL posted something. Apparently, Evan Ingram is going to get franchise tagged on the Jaguars. Hate to break the fourth wall here, but that's pretty cool. I wanted him to sign with Green Bay before he went to Jacksonville. I'm going to be honest. But seems like he found a home, and I'm happy about that. Breakout player, I'm hoping we got one of them. Well, that one doesn't happen, but what is the other one? Tyree Brooks doesn't get it since he didn't do any. Wait, did we not allow under 200 yards? We're going to look at this. We will give him the dev trait if he did. Because, oh, definitely not. There it is already. If we don't even have to look. So we allowed 252 yards. He got sacked 5 times, by the way, compared to 0. I just want to put that out there. Great job, defense. So that sucks that we don't get it done, but we're gonna advance to next week. We're not gonna do anything next week. Let's spend our staff points actually. Assuming we're not super far. We're only 40 minutes, we're fine. Go ahead and buy that. Just keep it plain and simple. And we'll advance to next week just to see how everyone else did. The Vikings beat the Giants. Does it say the record of the teams if I go here? Am I seriously not able to, like... San Francisco defeats Tennessee, we kind of figured that. Carolina defeats the Jets. Okay, so what do we don't move at all. We know the Vikings beat the Giants. At least the Bills beat the Buccaneers. The Cowboys beat the Chargers. The Rams beat the... Literally everything we need to happen. Detroit beating Green Bay is nice, because I believe Detroit had an extra loss in Green Bay. Houston defeating Atlanta is nice. That is like the worst possible week. Like every team we needed to lose won. So we really don't do anything in the playoff picture. We don't really gain any leverage. We don't lose any leverage. As you can see, we're still the 4 seed. In the next episode, we will be playing for the division. If we win, we get a game and a half lead. No, I believe we get a 2-game lead since the tie, and then we'd have tiebreaker since we beat them once. So if we manage to win this game, we will be very golden with winning the division. And if we don't, then we're probably gonna have to try and keep up. Looking at next week games, we're looking for Panthers. They are playing the Patriots. That could be a good game. We're looking for Cardinals playing the Broncos. 49ers playing the Steelers. Yikes. Buccaneers, Falcons in their little division. Actually, no, the Panthers are already dominating their division. Never mind. Cowboys playing the Raiders. That could be good. Rams. Rams are playing the Seahawks in a nice division game, so that's also good. But yeah, that's gonna do it. Commanders and Packers playing. I don't really think those matters very much. I mean, we literally are a win away from like, well, no, not the Commanders. Commanders can finish 9-8. We can finish 8-9-1 or 8-1. So let's look at the standings. How close are we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wow, that was actually very easy. We didn't have to do no division sorting or anything. So 6 and 6 is kind of the threshold. Then you have the Cardinals who are also 6 and 6. And then you have the 7 loss teams. Then the 8s. So we are going to need something catastrophic to happen. These 8 teams are going to have a very hard time. No one's technically eliminated from the playoffs yet. Maybe in the AFC 1, 2, 3. Another one. Wow. Those are so perfect. So Jaguars are currently 7 seed. We look around. I believe no one's eliminated yet. I believe the Texans are facing elimination. You know, they need a lot to happen. But let's be honest. No, they're not making the playoffs. I hope you enjoyed. I did. I'll see you guys next time, which will be on Monday, where we will play the Minnesota Vikings, and that's it. Because I mean, we're going to be playing the 1 seed in the NFC next week, no matter what. So yeah, goodbye. So next episode, remember, we're just going to watch the Vikings game. We're not going to do anything with the Cowboys or nothing. Just the Vikings. Goodbye.